My head, I've seen them cleaning on the beaches, and I've never even seen anybody wear a respirator. I've not seen anybody with a meter to measure the benzene. They say it's okay, but is it?
Well, I talked to OSHA about 5 days ago in Biloxi, and they claim there's no benzene in the water, but that's OSHA. So I don't know. Who can you trust if not OSHA? And I don't believe she was BP. She told me she was OSHA and showed me her credentials.
But if you had little kids, would you put them in the water here?
No, I wanted to go myself, but after my experience for 3 years, and I've had nothing but nightmares.
The pool over there looks really nice.
Yes.
I mean, okay, I wouldn't go in the water either because I don't know what's in there. But the pool on the other side of this hotel is beautiful, and you know that's all right. I would go in there in an instant. It looks really nice. This is a great hotel. I had no idea. Wow. Nice. I was impressed. I want to go. I'm going to
do is see if we can find it right now.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, Captain.
I want to talk to this guy because he's got a lot to say too. You know.
This guy?
No, the
other guy.
Yeah. I know he's upset because it's his house, is where he lives, and you want to know every last detail.
Right.
You got kids?
I do.
I figured. I mean, with your kids, like, would you put them in the water over here? What was that? That's what I'm saying. What the rates are?
Yes.
I don't know. You think it can't be like $120, right? It's going to be more than that.
No idea.
200 on the weekends.
200? I got to find out because I could use a day. See, I'm living in that bus.
You might be able to. I lost everything. And you're very dispensable, I'm telling you, when you work for a company, a plant, and they're producing oil and gas. You're very dispensable. But to do human beings the way that my husband was done, and I was very shy at first. I was very ashamed that my husband was so sick. And then whenever this doctor stepped up to me and said it was Benzene-Ethyltoluene that got him, not ammonia smells or anything else. And my husband had told me he was exposed. And I was so silly. He was a chemical engineer at one time. And he was a very athletic person. He smoked for a few years in the Navy. They tried to tell me that he was exposed in the Navy. He was only in the Navy a little while and on a ship. And he said, I wasn't exposed there. I was exposed at Shell Chemical and at Atlantic Richfield. And OSHA came in and took over and took pictures of him. And he showed me how to live and how to die in those 13 months. But I'm telling you, I'm not going to go out in that water. I wanted to so bad.
Yeah, no, it looks really nice.
I do too.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah. I'd love to get in there, but I walk out there and I'm leery of getting in because the company I worked for the past 5 years, they've trained me to keep that off of my body, to wear a Tyvek, to wear rubber booties, to tape gloves on me. So I'm trained not to be around it. I worked for an environmental company for the past 5 years.
Okay, Atlantic Richfield recommended all company doctors, and that's who we went to. We believed him for about 3 years, and then he couldn't run anymore, and he said, I don't smoke anymore. And he said, it's been years. And he said, what's wrong with my lungs? And I said, let's go see a private doctor. And the private doctor said, I believe you have hemorrhoids. That's a delicate subject to be on television, but that's what this Dr. Rios said in Pasadena. So he went in to do a hemorrhoidectomy, and he come back out in about 20 minutes, asked me to come into his office, and it was horrible. He told me my husband was ate up with AML leukemia. He recommended him to Anderson Hospital, and it was just a living nightmare because I wanted to grow old with my husband. Instead, I lost him at very young.
I'm sorry, honey.
And I was bought off.
Atlantic Richfield?
Atlantic Richfield.
They paid you
and
settlement?
Shell and Atlantic Richfield got together. I only got like $600,000 out of the whole thing. I don't know how much my attorney got. I believe he got 33%. And he loved those companies so much. So much.
He did. He loved the company.
He loved both of them.
He asked you not to sue them.
And he asked me not to sue.
Because he loved those companies.
Yes, sir. He loved those companies.
Even though they killed him.
Even though they killed him. And I believe he knew from day one, whenever Shell fired him in 1962 at the strike. I believe he knew then he was exposed. He wouldn't tell me because I was such a worrywart. And then he got hired in at Atlantic Richfield. Well, Texas Butadiene hired him, then Atlantic Richfield bought them out. And I would like to say this, when you trust someone, and he trusted that company with all his heart, and they really hurt him.